Hello, I welcome you to another English language class with me, Mr. Ken. Previously in this lesson series, we learned how words are made to become nouns. You will recall that this process we call nominalization. Certain suffixes help us to form nouns, and I did mention CE, ER, AL, ION, NESS, and so on. Others even include DOM, MENT, ICE, ASION, OR, and so on and so forth. Now, some example you would want to take from there is arrive. It's a verb, and when we add AL to it, we have arrival, which has been made a noun. We also have patient, which is an adjective. When you change the T to CE, you simply have patience, and that is a noun. Then enjoy, add MENT, you have enjoyment. We also learned how to form adjectives. Some suffixes that will help us form adjectives easily are FUL, able, able, ish, OUS, IVE, AL, LY, less, EN, and so on. So from joy, a noun, I can have joyful. In today's lesson, we will learn how verbs are formed from nouns and adjectives. Have you been wondering if it is possible for a verb to be made or to be created from nouns and adjectives? Don't worry, you will learn that today. Certain prefixes and suffixes enable us to form verbs from nouns and adjectives. I should ask you this question. Would you like to know them? Then if you would like to know them, remember that prefixes are attached in the front of a word while suffixes are attached at the back of the word. So some of the prefixes that will help us do that are on the screen: EN, BE, DE, IM, and so on and so forth. But here are some suffixes that we use to form verbs from adjectives. Still on the screen: ISE, IFY, and so on and so forth. Now, if we want to add prefixes to nouns to make them become verbs, you can see that in the example we have. The word courage is a noun. If I add EN in front of courage, I have encourage. Our teachers encourage us to study hard. Now, friend is also a noun. If I add BE in front of friend, I'll have befriend, now a verb. Example, as the examination dates drew closer, I befriended my books. I made friends with my books, if you like. Now, I also have company. And if I add AC in front of it, a prefix, I have accompany. So I can have the sentence as, my sister will accompany me to see the doctor. Remember, accompany is a verb. But in the case of adding suffixes to adjectives to make them become verbs, we can have an example of the word simple, an adjective, of course. Now, if I add IFY, ify, it becomes a verb. Our math teacher asked us to simplify the equations. Real is also an adjective, and if I add ISE at the back as a suffix, I'll have realize. Realize. Now, the sentence there is, do children realize what adults suffer to care for them? Wide is also an adjective. Simply add N as a suffix at the back, you have widen. And the example we have given there to make it clearer is, the room has been widened to accommodate more guests. Now you can see how this happens. Sometimes, however, words become verbs by vowel change. Vowel change is actually when the sound in a word, the vowel sound in a word is changed. For example, the word food will change to feed, U to E, song to sing. Other times, you could also drop a certain sound. So in summary, we have learned that prefixes and suffixes help us form words. We have also learned that we can also create verbs by vowel change. This lesson, of course, which is the last in this series, have taught us how to improve on our vocabulary and communication skills. It has been an interesting class with you, and I'm so happy. I would want to ask you a question. Do you think it is possible for a word that is a noun to be used in other parts of speech? See me in the next class for the answer.